Hello, we are Sketchy Sketch, and in this video we will be presenting an art analysis of Tikar Reben by Malaysian artist Yi Ilan made in 2020. Tikar Reben is a video performance and installation piece made by Malaysian artist Yi Ilan in 2020. On the right is how it usually looks in an exhibition setting. Above is one of the scenes played on a TV, and below here is a picture of the installation.
Okay, Ye Ilan, born in 1971 from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, Malaysia, lives and works in Kuala Lumpur. Her primarily portrait media best practice speculates on issues of culture, power, and the role of historical memory in our social experience. She works as a production designer for feature films. And for Tikar Reben, it was of a larger body of her exhibition entitled Yi Ilan and Collaborators, Borneo Heart, an international platform. Yi's artistic approach during this period responds to critiques which are the colonial narrative, women's empowerment, and global local dialogues. So Tikar Reben was created in collaboration with Bajau Samari Laut and the Dusun communities, where the work highlights the post-colonial concern and visibility of marginalized voice. Okay, so the Omalada Island has two distinct communities, which are Bajau Tempatan and the Bajau Laut or Samari Laut. Although they share similar language and culture, the Bajau Laut and Bajau Tempatan do not associate with one another.
This slide over here shows how the artwork is made. Ye Ilan collaborated with local weavers to prepare and weave the pandanus leaves into the artwork, into her vision. These are photos of the behind the scenes, and the last one is a sample of photo of Baja women weaving, which is unrelated to the work, but it is related to their culture. Next comes the whole unfurling of the mat, to be documented into video form by Yi Ilan and her crew. The mat is held atop the heads of women wading across the shallow sea between the wooden jetty of Omadal Island and the Bajau Samari Laut houses on the sea.
Okay, so for the Caribbean, its initial observation is a long woven mat made with red and vibrantly dyed sea pandanus leaves, and video of its unfolding by women on the Omadal Island's water. This Tikar combines traditional mat weaving technique with new visual language. And for the medium, they use dyed pandanus leaves. For the scale, it's approximately 22 times 5,400 centimeter. And for the visual elements, it's a repetition, geometric abstraction, vibrant contrast between traditional weaving and modern maternity. So for analysis, line and shape, they use repeating linear forms and grids dominates, referencing indigenous weaving patterns. For the color, they use bright colors such as pink, white, indigo, yellow, orange, green. And for the texture, the tactile surface from woven pandanus leaves. And for the space, they install this by spreading or suspending from the ceiling, accompanied with video.
I will be explaining the concept-wise of analysis and interpretation. So for the Tikar Reben, it operates as a celebration of women's craft tradition, communal labor, and Bajau identity. And for the critic, it serves of colonial legacies, particle structures, and also socio-political divide. So this artwork hints at preserving tradition and bridging differences through culturally significant objects and techniques. For the artist statements and intentions, the Tikar represents feminist and communal values by creating an egalitarian space where everyone sits equally, opposing hierarchical colonial symbols like at the table. Okay, so the work aims to highlight statelessness and exclusion faced by Bajau communities, using the mat as a symbol of shared identity and resilience. So Yi Ilan emphasized collaboration with Bajau weavers, valuing indigenous knowledge and cultural heritage as a form of resistance and empowerment. So how does the composition addresses the intentions? The mat is unfurled across the water between two villages, physically bridging the political and social divide, embodying cultural connection and inclusions. Its long woven placement invites communal gathering and dialogue, reinforcing the idea of the equality and shared space. So the act of rolling out the mat over water symbolizes crossing invisible boundaries and challenging exclusion, making the invisible visible. For the recontextualization, the traditional context, the tikar is a functional woven mat in Bajau culture, used for sitting, sleeping, and gatherings. It represents craftsmanship, cultural identity, hospitality, and also community traditions. For the artistic recontextualization, Yi Ilan herself transformed the tikar into a large-scale art installation bridging two villages separated by political borders, which becomes a symbol of connection. So Tikar Reben redefines the mat from a traditional object into a symbol of resistance, inclusion, and shared identity, inviting reflection of art, community, and politics.
Hi, my name is Roslyn. I will present about judgment. Firstly is creativity. Tikar Reben blend the cultural heritage of mat making with modern media like video and installations. It's transformed a daily object into the large-scale artwork with deep political and cultural meaning. Secondly, social and community impact. This work involved Bajau Samadirat, the loud woman in Sabah, empowering the community and preserving local craft traditional as a respected art form. Thirdly, strengthening aesthetic value. Tikar Reben stand out with bold geometric pattern, rich texture, and vibrant color, creating a strong visual impact in galleries. Lastly is conceptual depth. The work explores identity, colonialism, and cultural resilience of a marginalized group in Sabah. The challenges long-term art known by using traditional weaving instead of painting or sculpture with film used to unfold the story. In short, Tikar Reben is an innovative, meaningful, and social engagement artwork. It not only uplifts traditional weaving but also delivers strong cultural and social message influenced by personal history, local knowledge, critical theory, and community engagement. Tikar Reben's role in the development of contemporary art. Firstly, blending traditional with modern art. Tikar Reben blends traditional indigenous weaving with contemporary material and idea. These versions demonstrate how cultural heritage can evolve within modern artistic practice. Secondly, centering community. The artwork was created in collaboration with Bajau Samadilaut women, emphasizing community involvement and collective authorship in the creative process. Thirdly, challenging norm. It challenges conventional notions of art by evaluating traditional craft into the contemporary art space, while also raising issues of gender roles and post-colonial identity. Fourthly, amplifying indigenous voices. Tikar Reben gives voice to marginalized indigenous communities, bringing their knowledge and story into global art conversation. Lastly, reimagining space and material. It transforms everyday mats into monumental installations, proving the familiar local materials can carry powerful meanings and redefine gallery spaces. In conclusion, Tikar Reben is a strong example of how South Asian contemporary art can merge traditional with innovation. It's not only preserve cultural practice but also responses them within modern discourse. empowers communities, questioning norms and amplifying voices that deserve to be heard.